Alright, so then when I attack here, they get to choose a card, they get to choose negate and add it back to my hand? Is that how that works? Add negate back to my hand, please? Oh, it's so good! Oh, that's dirty. Alright, Jamers, this is the One Jam, and welcome to Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Neon Dynasty. Where we're playing almost every card in this deck from the new set. And I want to show you. I've loved playing with Elspeth Conquers Death, and I loved playing with Eldest Reborn, and there's a card that combines the two in Neon Dynasty, and that's the Kami War, and that's what this deck is based around. It's a 6-mana enchantment, Saga. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent and opponent controls. And then the second one is return up to one other target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, including your own things if you want to, but probably always theirs. And then they discard a card. And then you exile this Saga and return it back to the battlefield as Okagachi Made Manifest on this other side here. And what this does, it's a 6/6 Dragon Spirit with Flying and Trample. It's all colors, and whenever it attacks, defending player chooses a non-land card in your graveyard, return that card to your hand, and then this gets +X/+O till end of turn, where X is the mana value of the card. So this is going to be our removal, card advantage, and win con all in the same card. So what are we using in the deck to get up to this? We are playing a control-y style ramp deck with a couple of cards that you know you haven't seen before. Number one is Commune with Spirits, and that's part of the deck that this is based around. It's a 1-mana green sorcery. Look at the top 4 cards of your library, reveal an enchantment or land, and put it in your hand, put the rest in the bottom in a random order. So we can get a land if it's our mana, or we can get a enchantment, which is Colossal Skyturtle, to use this channel ability to return target creature to its owner's hand, or we can use this as an instant speed regrowth to grab another card from our graveyard and put it back to our hand. Or if we want a 7-mana 6/5 Flying Ward 2, we can do that as well. Jukai Naturalist is also an enchantment that you can get off Commune with Spirits, and it's a 2-mana 2/2 lifelink that says enchantments cost 1 less to cast. That is, Azusa's Many Journeys cost 2 less to cast, which lets you play additional lands on your turn, starting on turn 2, which is great. Then you gain life, which is also great, and then it becomes a 3/3. So that costs 1 less. Skyturtle costs 1 less. SAGA costs still 3, but the Prismatic Bridge still costs 5, but we're playing this in the deck to ramp us a little bit and to have a late game win condition in Prismatic Bridge. But it makes Greater Tanuki cost 5 instead of 6. This card gets any land from our deck and puts it into play tapped, which I really like. It's also an enchantment. It makes Binding of the Old Gods cost 3 mana. It makes Meathook Massacre cost 1 less. It makes Spirit Sister's Call, which we're going to go over, cost 1 less as well. So Jukai Naturalist is a very important part in this deck, and keeping us alive against aggro, being a 2/2 lifelinker. Also, like I said, Greater Tanuki ramps us and fixes our mana, which we have 1 mountain here, Plains, Island, Swamp, Forest. We have Binding the Old Gods, which has the ability to get every color, Rimewood Falls, Arctic Treeline, Highland Forest, and Woodland Chasm, including a regular forest here, if we need the colors there for that. Meathook Massacre is going to, you already know what Meathook Massacre does, but Spirit Sister's Call is another card that's really, really good in this deck. It's a 5-mana enchantment at the beginning of your end step, so it doesn't actually have to get back to your turn, which is what I really like about this card, and it doesn't get exiled by Vanishing Verse since it's 2 colors, so they can't really stop this unless they counter it. Choose a permanent in your graveyard. That includes enchantments or creatures, or lands in this case. You may sacrifice a permanent that shares a card type with the chosen card. So you can sacrifice an enchantment to bring back an enchantment. If you do, return the chosen card from your graveyard to the battlefield, and it gains, if this permanent would leave the battlefield, exile it instead. So you can use your Meathook Massacre, and then sacrifice it later on with Spirit Sister's Call, and then bring back Kami War from the graveyard. Or sacrifice Meathook and bring back Binding. Or even sacrifice Meathook and bring back Colossal Turtle after you channeled it. Or bring back Greater Tanuki after you channeled it, because these both cards are enchantments. So you can do a lot of things with this deck, and I think Spirit Sister's Call is a card that brings it all together, provides some card advantage as well from the graveyard. And it's going to be great, and I hope you really like this deck, and I love playing huge 5-color decks. You know I love Niv Mizzet Reborn already, so... back when Niv Mizzet Reborn was in Standard, I played a card called Beanstalk Giant, if you've seen that card before, which is a 3-mana card that gets any color of land and fixes it for you. So Greater Tanuki is the Beanstalk Giant of this deck. So I love this deck, and I really hope you love it too, and it all starts right now. Oh my gosh. This is great. Shattered Sanctum. Tanuki. So let's go green here. And then we can go... Colossal again. I don't know what they're doing. They're playing Orzhov midrange or something. And then we can go blue. Azusa. Trigger. White. And then we can Greater Tanuki next turn. Wait, we can just do that on our opponent's turn, right? Because we might have to Colossal Turtle. Okay, they did nothing. Let's get black here, I think. And then this gets to exile and get our 3/3. And then we pass. Vanishing Verse. No Vanishing Verse. Tanuki again. Let's get our white, blue, black. Let's get our red source then. And then we can cast the Prismatic Bridge this turn. Let's just attack first, see what happens. And then we can get more Colossal Turtles and Tanukis from our deck. And they probably can't deal with this unless they play a Rite of Oblivion, right? Which we're not going to play.
You could have such pond eyes.
Got a Naturalist, which makes our things cost one less. Pog. Blue or white? Do we go blue here? Then whenever this becomes blocked, we get to untap our lands. Or we can just bounce this with Sky Turtles. Oh, you know what's good? Wait. We can Sky Turtle bounce both of those. And then kill Lolth. I kind of want to go bounce one of them. And then attack the Lolth. They're not going to block it. Hilarious.
You win this round, but I'll be waiting for you.
But then we get to call. We get to call targeting Greater Tanuki? No, Sky Turtle, because it can't get Vanishing Verse. Sacrificing the likeness. Bringing back the Skyturtle, and then next time we can bring back the likeness and do the whole thing again. I guess if we really wanted to. They can Meathook for 5. They're gonna Rite of Oblivion, right? Ooh, Greater Tanuki is actually kind of good against me. We can Binding it, though. Oh, wow, that's funny. We can Binding it, discarding Turtle, and then bring Turtle back. Tanuki? We can just discard the Shipwreck March, though. Is this mandatory? You may sacrifice, okay. So like, we can sacrifice the Binding now and get Greater Tanuki again, but I kind of want to play around Meathook Massacre, so I don't really want to do anything. But I could bring back this Saga. Well, I can swap out my lands too, I forgot about that. So I can do this Shipwreck Marsh instead of this land. Busted. Busted, busted, busted. Meathook for 5. So what we're gonna do is... This gets exiled when it leaves the battlefield. We can Colossal Skyturtle back the Tanuki to our hand. Then we can cast it again. We don't have double green. I think it's worth, though. And then Binding's going to get us a green source. Or we could just draw one. Alright, so we do this and this. And then Spirit is going to get back... I kind of don't want to play into another Meathook Massacre. But I'm going to sacrifice the Binding because I don't need it anymore. So I guess I can bring back the Greater Tanuki. It would be unfortunate if they have another Meathook. We also haven't even drawn the good card in our deck, right? We haven't drawn, like, the best card in our deck. We can get back our binding, right? So it makes sense just to attack all here. Good game. Wow! Our ramp cards win the game. Battlefield Raptor. Look at this map. Wow. I think a Commune we're going to save to try to get Meathook Massacre. I think I like this. Then we go second black, path for white source. The Meathook Massacre is a little bit less relevant with putting 1/1 counters on stuff. So we could just, like, you know, bounce one of these with Turtle. I might have to just Commune plus Colossal next turn. And then Commune for... yeah, definitely. For Meathook. Didn't get Meathook. Got a binding. And then we... Turtle the Battlefield Raptor? Or we Turtle the Usher? No, we Turtle the Raptor, right? And then we Binding the Luminarch? Meathook? Meathook? That's not a Meathook. Remember when we cut a land chat? Then I can Spirit for Colossal, but that's probably loses me the game still. Needed to draw Meathook. Like, I can play this as a white. Spirit the Binding for a Colossal. Block this, take 3. Or I can just Binding. Again. I think I like this. And then hope they can't get rid of my Colossal Skyturtle. Have a great day, Mama May. Alright, so we block this, and then we hope to draw Meathook. Meathook, Meathook, Meathook. That's another land. Wow. Wow, wow, wee wow. White, blue, black, red, green. That is crazy talk. This is instant speed, right? You probably have the flash creature, right? Yep. Meathook! Alright, if we don't die, even if they have a Brutal Cathar, we don't die, right? Because if they Brutal Cathar my turtle or my tutu, we still go to 1. Oh my gosh. Raptors, they don't know I'm playing Meathook! Yes! We did it! We're doing it! How about a land? Alright, so we go Meathook for... Oh, they could have another Guardian of Faith. Yikes. Oh. Oh, that's not good. I could just Meathook for 1. But the problem is we don't have a third black. I can just Meathook for 1 and then they Guardian of Faith the 1/1s. But then I don't lose my tutu. Because I don't die if these things attack me anyway. And I still get binding on end step. That can binding the 3/2. I'm gonna Meathook for 1. Oh, that went through? Oh. Well, that makes me feel so much better. Because now I can get back the binding. Sacrificing my Naturalist and then targeting the Battlefield Raptor. I could have checked for stops, yeah. Oh my gosh, they scooped! We get to commune for another land, and then we get to Path of the World Tree for another land, or we can commune for a thing that makes our things cheaper. This makes our things cheaper. We do need to hit our land drops. We have a guaranteed land drop with Path, so I think I'm going to get the Greater. So that I can go land, Path. So I'm getting red here. No, I'm getting blue. I can get red off binding. I'm gonna get red off. I'm gonna get red off Tanuki, I think. The vampire? Oh no, it just works on damage. Okay, so they're gonna get to look for a card. It's weird that they played that pre-combat, because what are they gonna find? They're just... I mean, I think that's a misplay. They should have played that post-combat, because now they can't play the card. They exile. Red or white here? I think it's just red. And then I'll get a white off binding. And Graveyard Trespasser is actually really good against us. Why did we play against 2 decks in a row with Graveyard Trespasser in them? Alright, more lands, as always. As per usual. Always do 1 over just in case they have a pump. If you don't have anything else to do with your mana, that is. And then next turn we can Path of the World Tree. Oh, when that thing dies, it does stuff, right? It makes 3 treasures or exiles the top cards until end of next turn you can play them. Okay. So I kind of want to exile this. So I want to go like this. And I want to get my exile card. I can also go for getting Sisters and sack the Meathook for binding and kill this. But I don't think I want to do that. I think I would just want to get a Commune. I kind of want to hold this in my hand just in case they have Go Blank, right? And I kind of want to reserve Fateful Absence for a creature land. I think I play a land now. Because I can hold up Fateful Absence. Unless they sacrifice it. They Infernal Grasp their own card. Sure. Oh, wow, they actually do have Go Blank, and they got it off of that. Yikes. Why did I not get a chance to respond to that with my Fateful Absence? Oh, because I don't have white mana up by accident. Oh, it doesn't really matter. I tap this instead of this. Do they even have a way to get rid of enchantments in their whole deck? I guess I can return my Meathook Massacre to my hand. That sounds pretty good. And they draw a card? Or they discard a card? They discarded March of the Wretched Sorrow? Alright, they could have another Go Blank. So, because of that, I'm going to pass. And then, if they Go Blank me, I'm going to draw 2 cards in response. Alright, they are going to Go Blank me, right? So before this gets to counter, I'm going to kill it with Path. And then discard both Naturalists. And then I'm going to have... Yep, and then I have the... Okagachi with Negate backup. And I bounce my Meathook Massacre. Meathook Massacre is so good with this, because you can just bounce it. That's a negate. Alright, so then when I attack here, they get to choose a card in my... They get to choose negate and add it back to my hand? Is that how that works? Add negate back to my hand, please? Oh, it's so good! Oh, that's dirty. Alright, Commune can hit our land drops for us. And then we have ramp here. I played the black source here first, because if I get the green-white card, I want to use this for white. Like this. But since I got a land, I'm going to be utilizing the land next turn. If I had more lands in my hand than just the Branchloft, if I had one more land, I might have gone for the other card. Oh. Well, this makes my decision a lot easier. And then we can Greater Tanuki for like a blue mana next turn. And then we already have mana for Spirit Sisters, and then we only need red. Oh, there we go. So we do this for an untapped land? Perfect, that's our blue. Alright. We're doing it. We can go Tanuki here. Then we're gonna get our Tanuki back. as this transforms, and then we can Spirit Sisters into sacking this to bring our Trampler out. Well, but I don't like doing that because if they have sacrifice draw 2, that's a lot worse for us. I'm just gonna go like this, and then we're gonna cast Kamigawa. We're gonna try to exile this. Oh, they don't have it. Wow. Interesting. I guess they could go blank here, but then we still have Kamigawa anyway. I like the Kamigawa play because it doesn't get exiled by, you know, Vanishing Verse, but they could have Rite of Oblivion. I mean, if they do that, if they Rite of Oblivion, then we can still Spirit Sisters Call, attack with Likeness, and then sack the Likeness for the Tanuki in the graveyard. Ooh, Edgar. Yikes. I wish I held the Kamigawa. Oh, just kidding, I have another one. Alright. So we return this to hand. They discard a card. Then we cast another Kamigawa. And they're not legendary for some reason. Why this isn't legendary, I have no clue. They discarded Meathook. Then we have Spirit Sisters Call to bring this back or whatever when it dies. Legion Angel. That's fine. They do this and then cast Shambling Ghast. Moon-Blessed. That works. We're going to return Legion Angel to hand. And then we go Moon-Blessed Cleric. And this is going to top deck what's this going to top deck? Something to get us card advantage in the future? Probably Battle Frost and Fire? It's either Battle Frost and Fire or like a Binding. I think I like Binding because I can Binding and Test of Talents. I like this because if they block it, then I untap my lands. Ooh, I get the Test of Talents or Deadly Dispute. They have Sorin, Meathook, and Legion Angel in hand. We have Lolth, Kaya, Sorin, Edgar, Wedding Announcement, Welcoming Vampire, Graveyard Trespasser, Rite of Oblivion, and Vanishing Verse, only 2 of each. Okay. But no drawing for you, and no making treasures. They get to cast Sorin here and minus it. I'm going to make a second Okagachi Made Manifest. Why this isn't legendary? I have no idea. They plussed it. Do they just die? Yes, they die. Alright, we go untap green, and then we go Commune. And then we try to get a Ramper. Or a black, or like another land. There we go. That's exactly what I wanted. That is exactly what I wanted. Azusa's Many Journeys. We're going to go blue source off Hengegate, many journeys into Arctic Treeline tap. That is a ninja. Roar Disruption. Okay. Commune for a red mana? Or a black mana? Red. And then we'll Greater Tanuki. We could Colossal Skyturtle if they choose a ninjutsu. These lands are so good. Channel? Get out of here. They can't counter that. Oh, they Moon Circuit hacker it back. That's funny. And then they draw a card. That's pretty cool. I like that. But now I'm gonna call back the. I would call back the turtle, but I don't have black mana. I can Battle of Frost and Fire. I feel like I need the Greater Tanuki though. Because then I can cast Kamigawa next turn. Well, that's unfortunate. Crap, I can't block that. Guess I should have Battle of Frost and Fired. If they don't take... I guess they could still have a Fading Hope or a Spell Pierce. I don't know what they take, but... if I draw an untapped land, I can Azusa into call, and then call sack Azusa to get back to Colossal. I don't have double black, so I can't cast Meathook Massacre. There's probably a Spell Pierce. I think my best option is just to go battle. He didn't have a Spell Pierce. Perfect. Then I'm going to scry 3 next turn. Hacker. Second black I do want. Skyturtle's good. Big Brangs. I guess we go with this. No, they have Dry Disruption in their deck. I guess they can just Dry Disruption this. They would like. And maybe they just have a removal spell? Fading Hope, sure. I'm okay with this. Ido, what does this do again?
I could sneak right by.
End step, he phases out. Draw a card, then discard it unless you attack, so it just draws.
Now this.
Create a 1/1 with can't be blocked. Silver Fur. Ninjutsu costs 1 less. Other ninjas get +1/+1. This is phased out. But I can Meathook for 2. So they still get to create a 1/1 with it can't be blocked. Or they'll just draw. Okay.
I've got all kinds of connections.
So at least I get to do this and try to get rid of the Kaido. And then next turn I can bounce the 1/1 token and then they discard a card. It's a southern brain with some southern twang. Discard a land. Oh, this land looks so good. Okay, this gets bounced, they discard a card. Or I bounce Meathook. Alright, I'm bouncing Meathook. They discarded Spell Pierce. I get my 3/3. And Meathook for 1. Gosh, when all these things are happening, it's just so busted. And I'm going to keep these in my hand because these are 2 bounce spells and a ramper. Or I can just hold on to them and just hard cast them. Silver Fur. Okay. I can also just return one of these to my hand. Do I want to return any of this? I don't think so. Alright, and then next turn I can Colossal Skyturtle, add Kamigawa back to my hand, and keep going and going and going. If I draw 1 land, this hand's good. Oh, good thing my ramp card, isn't a non-creature spell. I was like, let's find somebody playing Constructed for a change of pace. There's James. I wonder what he's playing. 5 colors. Yup. If you play 5 colors and pick your nose, does that mean you're picking Woo Burgers? That should be the name of a restaurant. Is that the name of a restaurant? Like on Wizards of the Coast campus, it should be Woo Burgers. That should be the name of it. And if it's not, I'm upset. That was terrible? That was amazing! He doesn't get 4 colors and below, right? That is a hardcast Nashi Moonsage's Scion, the card that always takes all of my cards. You know what's cool about Jukai Naturalist? Binding the Old Gods is 3 mana. They're staring real hard at this card, chat. They're like, what? Just happened. Michael, did you message me on Discord? Did you DM me about the thing we were talking about the other day? No? You done goofed. You done messed up. These lands are just so freaking good. So good. Meathook. I don't have red mana yet, so that's what I'm going for. And then we go blue. They could have Soaring Thought Thief, so I'm just gonna chill. What does that card do? Mill 3, return a creature or planeswalker from grave to hand. It costs 1 less to activate for each legendary creature. So they're gonna return a Network Disruptor? Or they're gonna return their Nashi, okay. Okay, so I get to Meathook Massacre next turn anyway, right? If James is playing top dollar, he's skipping out on colors. Got to be all 5 or nothing. Exactly. Either all 5 or just artifact tribal no colors. How much of the new basic lands art? I think it's 25,000 gold. I honestly might just play Greater Tanuki from my hand. Okay. I can do this. No. I can do Meathook for 1 for only 2 mana. Broken. What's unfortunate here is that if they have Soaring Thought Thief... Okay, no Soaring Thought Thief. Alright, this thing's gonna phase out, which is unfortunate.
No secret is safe from me. Bet you can't catch us.
Those can't be blocked, so we're going to get a card off the top anyway. I try to race. I guess they're probably not playing Sword and Thought Thief because they're playing ninjas and not rogues. The phasing out of the Planeswalker is, like, really relevant. Alright, please don't get my turtle. Please don't get my sky turtle. Just one time, please. One time. They got my fateful absence.
I know something you don't know.
Oh, come on. Duress, really? That sucks.
I'm used to being uninvited.
Well, it's a fateful absence. All the naturalists. I only have one white mana, though. Oh, they have Agadeem's Awakening? They can get back they can get back Nashi and Network Disruptor for 1,000. I'm leaving one back just in case they have a removal spell, because I don't want Nashi to be able to deal combat damage. Alright, hopefully they don't have another Nashi. They don't. Okay. This is a 2-mana binding. Attack all. They could animate the Hive of the Eye Tyrant. Oh my gosh. Actually, this can't kill Hive. Unfortunate. Well, I guess my likeness can kill Hive. Exiled, how's it going? You gain a life, you lose a life? And then I'll Binding now, I guess? They have Negate. Disdainful Stroke. Okay. In bed feeling tired? The world and life gets us all, but I hope you feel better, Exiled. No, not Biting Palm. That's fine. I can't get rid of my card. Hey, look, it's a turtle! Broken. My turtle! What if it just gets disdainful stroked? Am I having much success? I am having the success that I want to have. I am having fun. But we are making this deck progressively better over and over again. The iterations that we do. Am I supposed to bounce the Biting Palm and attack for 4? Or am I supposed to just play out the Colossal? I guess I'm supposed to just play this out. Alright! Turtle Lethal. Moving on up. This is the deck that we ended up with here. We iterated it a little bit throughout the matches that you were watching. We added Moon-Blessed Cleric to search for our enchantments. We have a little bit less bindings, a little bit less meat hooks, but we put Battle of Frost and Fire in the deck. And if you made it this far in the video, Battle of Frost and Fire notably doesn't get rid of our Colossal Skyturtle and also doesn't get rid of our Greater Tanuki, since both of those have 5 toughness. We added Path to the World Tree in here as well, and it gave us some needed life gain, damage to creatures, and draw power. And we also trimmed Kamigawa by 1 since we have Moon-Blessed Cleric in the deck. That can search our Meathook Massacre, our Spirit Sister's Call, and sweepers and things like that, and also search interaction with Colossal Skyturtle, which we did today as well. It can also search Path of the World Tree to gain some life as well, and even searches Greater Tanuki so that you can get a Trampler on the board if you would like to. This card is so important for the deck, being able to bounce opponents' creatures and also get things back from your graveyard. There's a number of times where we got some things back to our graveyard. We've even bounced Meathook Massacre. I think my favorite play in the deck is to bounce Meathook Massacre with Kamigawa's second ability, and then holding it in hand to recast it again. Kamigawa, you saw the power of this card, where we negated something, and then Kamigawa, the 6/6 of it, the Okagachi made manifest, attacked. Negate was the only card in our graveyard, and we added Negate back to our hand. So, super powerful. I'm still iterating on this deck, so keep in touch with the deck list in the description down below. Make sure to give this video a like. Likes are free, by the way. And to subscribe if you want to see further content from Kamigawa Neon Dynasty. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. And as always, peace.